that's the positive side and the benefits from cricket. But obviously, it's not all sunshine and lollipops. Colin, you shared a story with me in 2018 PSL.
Yeah.
And how that kind of started your journey with working with Aaron Walsh around the mental side of the game. And Jason, well, Colin tells a story. I'd love for you afterwards to think of a time where you probably engaged more into maybe a sports psych or a turning point in your career. But Colin, take us back to 2018.
Yeah, it was probably my first tournament where I'd gone for like a substantial amount of money, like platinum in the draft, and I was like, man, I'm going there. It's good money. I put so much pressure on myself. I was in Dubai for the first 8 games, and then the last 2 rounds were in Karachi and Pakistan. So took the family with me, staying in Dubai. It was awesome. And first game, got out first ball, bang. Next game, got out second ball, duck, start the tournament. And then I was sort of chopping and changing on rather than staying true to what I do as a player. I was like, I need to do something different. I need to get a score here. And then being defensive, Nick, 5. I think I'd gone through 9 innings with scoring, I think, about 60 or 70 runs. And then the last game, I got 30 or 40, or if not many. But there was a time in that tournament where you could feel yourself sort of going downhill a little bit. And I'd never had I was never clinically depressed or like real, going to top myself sort of thing. But it was cricket. I was literally on edge. I was so angry. I'm an angry man, but I was even more angry, and I was angry with my kids for doing silly things in the hotel room, and eventually sent them home sort of thing. It's just like, you guys need to get out. No point you being here. I'm not playing good cricket. I'm not having a good time. You guys aren't having a good time. You're walking on eggshells the whole time. Off you go. And then literally played those 2 games in Pakistan. We made the playoffs. We lost to Islamabad, funnily enough, who bought me the following year. But on the way home, before getting onto that aeroplane, I was like, I'm done. I can't play cricket. If this is what it's going to do to me, ups and downs, and not being able to manage this, I'm done. So I got onto the aeroplane and I felt like I was 10 foot tall because there was no pressure, there was no weight of expectation, no nothing. And then I got home, told Teray, and she was like, "That's cool," because she's always been supportive. Like, she'll do whatever what I want to do. And 2 or 3 days went by, and I didn't mention cricket. Auckland were playing a last Plunket Shield game, and she said to me, "Nah, you need to go and see someone. You're not right in terms of, this is not the Colin that I know. You're just moping around. I think you're still subconsciously thinking about cricket, and you just need to go and talk to somebody. I don't know who it is." And I'd spoken to some sports psychs before, but no one had given you any sort of actual action to do. They would say, "Oh, when you're facing somebody and then out there in the middle and it's fast and you've got these negative thoughts, put it on a cloud and let it wander by." It's like, well, that's, come on, like, we need some action here. We're like, how do you do that? Like, and then I met Aaron Walsh, and we literally spoke for an hour, 2 hours the first time. And we were just chatting and he was asking questions and listening, and he's not a sports psych, he's just a mental skills guy that's come through baseball, and he sees the similarities between baseball and cricket at the time. And I think he just mentioned one thing, and Logie, I've said it to you, it's like, he says, "Well, like, why do you play cricket?" I said, "Because it's fun." And he's like, "Are you enjoying it?" I said, "No." So he says, "Well, then give it up." And then I was like, and then when somebody else tells you, "Well, then give it up," you're like, man, that's like a smack in the face. Like, I'm not ready to give it up.
No.
And then when I heard that, I was like, no, actually, I'm not ready to give it up. And then we finished, and he was like, "Mate, don't let cricket define you as a person." And then I was like, well, sort of understand that, but can you elaborate? He's like, "Mate, first and foremost, you are a father, you're a husband, you're a son, you're a brother, you're a friend, and cricket's a job that you do. So, and you do it in the public eye, so people can see what you're doing. You're not just an accountant and you've had a crap day at work. No one sees that crap day. You come home and then you figure, no one knows you've had a bad day, and you crack on.
Except the poor bloke that's tax returns being cooked. But
yeah, exactly. And the boss is looking at you over the shoulder. But no, you're right.
Like, it's not in the public eye the whole time. So when he said that really hit home, and it was like, you know what? I just need to get back and play cricket for the right reasons. And I think at that time there, 2018, that was 6 years ago, I was still an angry man, still abused batters and abused teammates, and, on the field, because I was so competitive that I thought that was the best how to get the best out of players. And that's when I made a big change in terms of my personality, in terms of wanting to just be a better person. And, I've obviously still got a long way to go. I'm not bloody perfect, but I think now whenever I go into a changing room or an environment, people will be like, at least he was genuine. And yeah, that Aaron Walsh literally changed my career, I reckon, 2018. Just play the game for the right reasons. Got the family on tour all the time. To keep that, not always thinking about cricket. When they're not here, I still sometimes find myself sitting in my room. I'm not a guy that goes out sightseeing all the time, but I'll be sitting in my room and I'll be thinking about cricket. And I'm like, nope, I need to change that.
Right.
Bang. I'd rather read my book. Got a little Kindle now, so I don't have to. So, I'm not a big reader, but I'll read it for 10, 15 minutes just to get my head bang, and then I'm away. Or if I start thinking about it, I'll come downstairs to see if anyone's here, or text a teammate to go, let's go and do something. So it's still a work in progress in terms of, I haven't nailed the mental side of the game at all, but it's, it's a work in progress. And if I can keep working on that, then the cricket side of stuff takes care of itself.
Yeah. No, that's, thanks for sharing that as well. That's something that does get lost, is, you're so deep in it and you're thinking about it so much. And I'm the same.
I think you just want it. That's why you just want to be successful.
Expectations get high, and
and it's your own expectations. The team doesn't expect you to win every single game, because you're never going to do it. So it's your own expectations. I still get on game day, like it's game day today, but I'm talking to you guys. But if I was upstairs, I'd be thinking, okay, this is the bowler I'm facing. This is, and you get a little bit anxious on, like, you're going to perform or you're not going to perform. And I think that's what I like about it, is if I don't have that anxiety a little bit, and I'm not saying it's anxiety, it's like that nervous pent up energy.
I love that. Yeah, keep going.
And you're like, okay, well, I'm in Canada. I'm playing against some local Canadian players. I should be dominating here, but it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. So having that sort of little edge, that's why I still play the game.
Yeah.
If I lose that, and I wake up and I'm like, oh, it's another game of cricket, and I've got no feeling towards the game, whether it's a club game back in Auckland, which I probably put myself more playing than any other cricket, because it's club cricket and the guy's going to get you out, and then it's going to be all over.
He just said
story.
put.
Yeah, no.
Podcast.
That's it. Yeah.
Well, I don't want to say anything else,
He's very polite.
See, that's the change, mate. 6 years ago, I would have just said whatever.